Hi, it's Mrs. Bartley here, coming to you from my house. Now, normally with the second grade instruments, I would have you try them out, see which one you made the best sound on, see which one you like the most, and then we would have gone from there. However, this year, that's pretty much impossible. For obvious reasons. So, I came together with some very helpful senior band students to create this video for you so that you can hear from them their thoughts about playing their instruments. So let me touch on a few things before we hear what they have to say. First of all, as I pointed out, we can't try out these instruments just because of what's going around. For that reason, I strongly suggest this year more than others. Parents, you may want to consider renting an instrument instead of buying. Why do I say that? So that you're not stuck with an instrument that you're trying to get rid of that your child doesn't want to play. It's much more easier to have a rental agreement with a music shop, and if it turns out that your child does not particularly like the instrument, you trade it in for something else. Just saying, that's something that I strongly suggest this year, more so than most. The other thing about this is that an instrument decision is a family decision. Parents, you need to be involved in this decision. For a few reasons. First of all, you're going to be listening to this instrument in your house. Your child will be practicing at home. So if you don't have a place in your house that's separated from everything else, and you prefer to have a quiet house, percussion might not be for you. Another thing is supplies. So for instruments that use reeds, such as all clarinets and all saxophones, reeds do not last forever. So that is another thing that you're going to have to keep in mind, that you're going to have to purchase on a regular basis. The other thing for percussion that is new this year is I'm requiring bell sets. Now that's usually in the supplies list anyway, but we are actually going to be using them this coming year. Parents, when you're talking to your children, please do your best to avoid gender bias. There are no such thing as a boy's instrument or a girl's instrument. For me, even though, yes, I'm primarily a woodwind player, I prefer playing trombone sometimes, and I know some very accomplished female trombone players. Same thing goes for flute. Whenever I am looking for a recording of a particular flute piece, the first person I go to is Sir James Galway, because he is one of the most renowned flute players of this current time. If I can't find his, then I go find Jean-Pierre Rampal, another French male, well, not another French, because Sir James Galway is Irish, but Jean-Pierre Rampal was a French male flute player. And this will also be touched on later in this video as well by one of my students. Tomorrow there will be a Google form posted wanting 3 choices of instruments. I ask for 3 choices because I need options to make sure that the band is well balanced. Let me put this into sports terms. If you have a baseball team and everybody wants to pitch, and the coach lets everybody pitch, well, what's going to happen if you have a fly ball going out to the outfield? Well, nobody's going to be out there to catch the ball, and your team is not going to do that well. Same thing holds true for band. Band is a team, believe it or not. Music groups are a team. Everybody in that team has a job to do. So I can't have everybody playing one instrument or else it's really not going to sound that good. So I ask for 3 instruments. Now these 3 instruments have to be instruments that you want to play. Please don't put your top one down and then pick 2 random ones thinking that I'm not going to select them. These need to be 3 instruments that you are interested in playing. And I think that just about covers it. So right now, just to review, please rent, don't buy. There is currently a supplies list in the 2nd grade specials Google Classroom if you want to check that out just to see what you're in for. And then tomorrow, the Google form asking for your top 3 choices will be posted in the same Google Classroom. I just want to give you time between watching this video to talk, to chat as a family, before that you start giving me your decisions. All right, so without further ado, here are our instruments.
Hello 2nd graders, my name is Madison and I'm in 6th grade. My instrument is the flute, and the reason why I chose my instrument was because my sister actually rented one over the summer a couple years ago, and I thought it was really cool because I tried it a couple times. And then when I got into 3rd grade, or 2nd grade, I tried out the flute at school when it was time to pick our instruments, and that's when I knew I just really loved it. So some good things or some pros about my instrument are that it is very small. I can fit this case into my backpack. And another pro is that it is very easy to put together and take apart. It looks kind of complicated, but all it is 1 piece, 2 piece, and 3 piece. It's very easy to take apart, put together, and yeah. Some cons or some not so good things about my instrument are that when I first started, this might not happen to you if you pick the flute, but when I first started, it was very hard for me to not look at my fingers while I was playing. So that is one con. And another con is that when I play, sometimes, if I haven't played in a long time, my arms get really tired because I'm just always lifting them up to do this. And yeah. So now I'm just going to play a little song for you to show you how it sounds.
Hey, I'm Yashu. I'm a flute player from 5th grade, and today I'm going to demonstrate to you the basics of the flute and why you should really play it. So, as you might know, I am the only boy flute player in the school. It's really fun playing the flute. It's a really fun instrument, very portable, small, doesn't take much to put it together. And yeah, just a little demonstration on how it sounds. Yeah, it's a really high-pitched instrument. It can go very high in pitch. For example, like this. You could see that. That's really high. That's a high F. But yeah, that's you will learn that more in the future once you get to 5th grade or maybe later 4th grade. But yeah, it's a very fun instrument, and as you can see, it's not too big. So I'm about 5 feet 1 inches tall, and you could see from the tip of my head, it only really reaches down to my waist. But yeah, and also, it's very easy to put together. So look, I'm gonna take the flute apart. it's only 3 pieces. So you have the headpiece with the mouthpiece on it, you got the middle piece, and then you've got the end. So first, to put it together, you gotta take the headpiece, pop it in to the hole right here of the middle piece, and just twist it in, and always leave a little bit of this dark spot hanging out so your headpiece doesn't get stuck in there. Then line it up with the keys, perfectly with the keys, and then attach your end piece, slightly curved like this. You could see right here, it's curved like this. The only really hard part about the flute, I'd say, is probably that there are so many keys to choose from, and if you put your hand in the wrong position, you can play totally a different note. And the easy part is obviously the transportation, putting it together like I just showed you. And yeah, really, it's, if you play the piano, you're gonna be good at the flute. Cause I play the piano, and it's pretty easy to play the flute for me, because they're both C instruments, which means they both have a main C scale. So yeah, that's really all for the flute. Make sure to play it, try it out. I'm Yashu, see you again.
Hi, second graders. My name is Carly Coonan, and I am now a 6th grader, and I'm going to be graduating 6th grade at Raynor Country Day School. So I heard that you guys were finding out what instruments you guys want to play for next year. And since we can't really do that in school, we smartly figured, how about we make videos and we send them to you? So that's what I'm going to do. So I play the flute in the senior band. And I love the flute, well, for a lot of reasons. 1, because it is just the best instrument ever. 2, because of this. It is a lot of fun to play too. So I recommend a lot of you play this instrument because, well, 1, it's not that heavy to carry around, so you could take it anywhere. 2, it's a lot of fun to practice with. And 3, it's just a really fun instrument. So I hope you guys wind up to play the flute someday, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye!
Hi, my name is Nora. I'm in the 5th grade, and I play the clarinet. I like it because it makes beautiful sounds. Low notes like and high notes like. A pro is that it's very easy transition from the recorder. A negative is that it squeaks a lot when you're learning, but that's okay. It comes in this nifty suitcase that's very easy to bring around. I like the clarinet mostly because I get to be in the jazz band at Raynor. Good luck on choosing your instrument! Now see if you can recognize this song. Hi everyone, I'm here to show off the clarinet. It's a really pretty instrument, and here's what it sounds like. Hope you like this instrument too. Bye!
Hello everyone, I'm Henry Brody. Some of you might know me, and today I will be telling you about why I picked the sax. Now, for you guys, you usually were able to go to school and try out different instruments, right? But I didn't get to either, because you guys won't be able to go there this year, and I wasn't able to go when I was in 2nd grade because I had my tonsils removed and I wasn't able to go to school. But my mom showed me different songs played on the sax, and it sounded really nice. And I liked the sound and the tone of it. It really sounded good to me. And for you guys who are thinking about playing the sax, it has not many pieces. You can put it together very easily, and it has similar buttons and keys as the recorder would have, so you can catch on really easily. And if you guys don't know what it sounds like, I'll give you a little example. Okay, there you go. That is why I picked the sax, the alto sax.
Hi, second grade. I'm Christine. Today I'm here to help talk to you about what instrument you guys should pick. I play the trumpet. The trumpet is a great, fun, and very challenging instrument. I chose this trumpet because it's just very fun and relaxing to play. It's just when you get home from school or you get home from a baseball game or dance class, I look forward to playing the trumpet. I'm just like, I have to do smart music later. With the trumpet, you're like, no, I'm so excited. I get to do smart music, and you know what? I'm going to do even more smart music. When you have the trumpet, you need to practice a lot because sometimes the trumpet can go either a fast tempo or very high-pitched notes or kind of down in the basement notes. But I like the trumpet because it makes beautiful sound. It's kind of light to play. This is the case. The case may not be the lightest, but if I can do it, you guys can definitely do it. Taking it off the bus and just bringing it home is not the hardest with the instrument. Maybe if you were like the trombone, it'll be a bit too hard. But trumpet's a great size. A little pocket trumpet would be even tinier, but the trumpet is great size, makes great noise, and it's really, really fun to play. Sometimes in band, if you run into your trumpet sounding like this, and your notes are stuck down, well, you kind of need to put valve oil in. There's little holes on the bottom for valve oil. You just stick it in there, and it's type of oil you'd get from the music store, or you rent your trumpet, or you buy a trumpet, or even Miss Bartley has some. And it helps your keys from sticking down. Sometimes when we were in band or jazz band playing in the middle of the song, I push my keys down while I'm playing, and sometimes they get stuck down, and you can't be like in the middle of a song. If I were you and you play this instrument, I'd keep some in your case and put it under your seat, or keep it on your stand or in your binder. Because then if you run into a problem, you can just take a paper towel, zap down, and then you're good. And sometimes you might need to take your valves out, but you just unscrew and lift up. Unscrew it a lot. And this is like the inside. It takes a while to get back in. I'm not going to do that right now, though. But what I don't like about the trumpet, it's not my favorite part of the trumpet, but it's not like, oh my god, this is why I picked it. No, this is why I kind of wouldn't pick it, but I encourage you to pick it because it's very fun. But I wouldn't pick it because, like I said, sometimes you get stuck or whatever. That's not the biggest reason in the world, but sometimes I dislike the trumpet. Sometimes I dislike it because sometimes it doesn't make noise. Like right now, I tuned it to not make noise so I could show you how it does it. But in band, sometimes like this, it doesn't let you make noise. And that's like, oh, how do you fix that right now? Blah, blah, blah. And sometimes you just need to empty your spit valves, or sometimes something's stuck in your trumpet. But either way, I love the trumpet, and I would never, ever regret picking it. So I hope you pick the trumpet. It's very fun, and if it was human, it would be very tuney
and it sounds amazing. And if you ever pick the trumpet, I encourage you to join a jazz band when we're back in school. It's a place where you get inspired by the music and just get to play away. It's very fun, especially with Miss Barkley. But in second grade, hope you pick the trumpet.
Hi, my name is Mark, and so I'm playing a trombone, and as you can see, I have this well here. So I play the trombone not because I like it. Well, I like it, yeah, since I've been playing it for such a long time. I do like it, but I didn't pick the trombone because I liked it when I was in second grade. I didn't even know what instrument to pick when I was in second grade. Like, I didn't have any favorite instruments, or no one really showed me. Well, people did show me instruments playing, like the piano and a flute, I think I remember seeing, but I didn't really have a favorite instrument that I wanted to play. So my band teacher, she gave me this trombone because we basically didn't have any trombone players in the second grade. And then there was Gemma, who was playing trombone too, but then she moved to the I forgot what instrument she had. It was the xylophone, I think. Yeah, it was the xylophone. And so now I'm playing the trombone, and some pros about, like, some good things about the trombone that I like is that it's like really loud and a lot of people can hear you in the bands, but sometimes you do have to be soft. Like, you can't be as loud as you want to be sometimes, because you have to like let the flutes and clarinets play so you can hear them. And so some things that I don't like about the trombone, and basically how it was made, was the case is really heavy. Like, it's really heavy, and it's pretty hard to remember all these different slides that your trombone notes can be in. You have to have a good memory about remembering that. And yeah, so I'm going to be playing a scale for you guys. Okay, bye.
Hi, second grade. So, this is my instrument. I play the glockenspiel, which is kind of like a xylophone, and it's a lot of fun. I think you guys might like it too. So, for the most part, it's kind of a high-pitched instrument. So, you can play low notes, but they're not going to be too low. But it's very fun, and especially if you play the piano, it's kind of, well, a lot like the piano. So, it's a lot of fun, and this instrument is part of percussion. So you would be like in the back row, and it's a lot of fun because we get to stand and we don't sit. So it's a lot of fun, and I think you might like it. So this is my instrument, and a really cool thing is it tells some of the notes on it, like it has the letters, so that's really cool. That helps me a lot when I'm playing my instrument. So next year, when you guys pick your instruments, you can always think about my instrument. It's a lot of fun, and I think you guys would like it. So have fun picking your instrument next year, second grade. Bye!
Hi, Mrs. Bartley here, coming to you from the band room. I chose to do the percussion video in here because this is where most of the stuff is that you would be using next year. So percussion is anything that makes a sound by hitting it, whether it's hitting it with a stick or hitting it with your hand. Anything that you hit that makes a noise is considered a percussion instrument. I'm going to start off with the bells, or the glockenspiel. That's because my intention for next year is to start everyone off on bells. Because for me, doing all county bands and orchestras, when I'm selecting students, it's great that you can play snare drum, but I also want a percussionist that can do it all. I want a percussionist that can play snare drum, can play bass drum, cymbals, and bells. Or sometimes we call it mallets. We call it mallets because you hit it with a mallet. As you can see, there are 2 round tops. So let me play Glockenspiel first. And this is laid out like a piano, so it should be a little familiar to some of you. And if you watch my mallets, I try to alternate my sticks so that I get the best sound possible. So those are bells, and again, this is probably what we're going to start off with in the fall if you choose percussion. The next one, of course, is the drums. So I grab my sticks. With what I'm playing on right now is called a practice pad. This is most likely what you will have at home. And what's nice about the practice pad is it's not quite as loud as that. That is the snare drum. So it feels like a snare drum, but it's nowhere near as loud, which is nice. And with playing snare drum, you wouldn't think about it, but where you put your hands is extremely important on the sticks. So I'm using a pair of Vic Firth drumsticks. I put my thumb on the American flag because they always had the American flags, and then I tuck my fingers right in, no pointers sticking in. And then I can just do single stroke. Then I can go to double stroke. Then I can go to multiple bounce roll. A little tricky on the practice pad, but you can hear all those bounces. It's also what we think of as a snare drum roll. So these are the 2 things that you would have at home if you choose percussion. Now the things that we have at school. Again, we have snare drum, which I can get a much better roll out of. Then you can see in the background is the bass drum. I've got cymbals. I've got a ride right here, suspended, and my hi-hat's in the corner. And then there's also what we call auxiliary, which is anything else, which is tambourine, woodblock. Now, people think that if they're going to play drums, all they have to do is bring in their sticks. You've never seen my stick bag. Give you a good look. You see I've got my regular drumsticks, which would give me that kind of sound. But then I also have these sticks, which give me more of a swishy sound. And then you saw me play these small mallets. These small mallets for bells. But then I also have a bigger mallet. Notice how that sounds softer. And then I've got this really big blue one that's made out of yarn. All of these have different purposes. Obviously, the tiny one sounds the best. But on a xylophone made out of wood, well, the tiny one that sounds the best might be the one that actually hurts the instrument. So I need to go with something softer so I don't damage it. Now, are you going to need all of these next year? No. You will probably just need a pair of drumsticks and a pair of mallets, which usually comes with the bell set. but I'm just having you think ahead of what the possibilities are if you choose to play percussion. So, I hope you enjoy this, and I hope you have a good idea of what you're in for next year. If you choose to play percussion, it's not as easy as it seems.